Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to the Perspective 9. Today we are going to be talking about MCP and why it's so important for you to learn it as a software developer in 2025. MCP is a standard. It's a protocol, meaning that it can be used by a lot of different applications, and it's a standard to stay similar to Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, or APIs that are standards. If you go to my screen, you guys are familiar with APIs, which pretty much lets a backend server to be able to talk to a web application, either running on the same server or a mobile application, sending data back and forth about user login or just normal data. Now we have here MCP, Model Context Protocol, which is initially introduced by Anthropic, and now it's getting adopted pretty much by everyone. As you can see, not only you have Python and TypeScript documentations, but you started to have C# SDKs as well, and Copilot is soon about to cover it as well, and you can already use it with Cloud Desktop's application. So with AI, as you guys are familiar with any chatbot like ChatGPT or Claude, you have your AI itself, which takes hours and hours to train and build. But then if you want to deal with any data similar to time, weather, or any data in a database that changes, well, what's the easiest way to deal with this would be the Model Context Protocol, a way for the AI to be able to call a server, get some data, and interpret it later on. So the tools that we need to get started: Visual Studio Code, which you guys all most probably have. Here I just have the page for the Python SDK open. Then if you guys want to not use any public APIs and not send your data to cloud providers, you can go to Olana, download it no matter which platform you're on, and be able to run a private model. So all you have to do is just go through the installation, next, finish, and then on the terminal, you can just do Olama tool and the name of your model, and you can see all of the models here. Now you have to make sure that your model supports the agentic option that we are looking for, and it supports the tools. And you can, for example, this one, the QWQ, does support it. Then we're gonna be using Continue.dev Visual Studio Code extension. So if you go here on the website to example for their clients, now we'll get to building the client later on, not in this video. You can see all of the different platforms that are already supported with this. So you can see Microsoft in Copilot Studio already supports this. Cloud's desktop application, oh my god, I can't talk, already supports this, and you can see all of the different tools that are supported with each one as well. So after getting our model downloaded and installed, we go to Visual Studio Code. In the extensions, we download Continue.dev extension. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to the config.yaml file. Here you can pretty much specify the models that you want to run and what roles they have. Or you can press Control L, which is going to open up that section. You can choose the kind of model that you want to be able to use. Or here in the chat, make sure that you have the agent option or the chat option open. And then the most important parts here, you want to go to MCPs and then click on Add. By clicking on Add Server, it will open up the same file for you. So here, what we have done is I've already put the details of 2 MCP servers that I built that we're going to go over with right now. We are putting the name. The command is just the Python script and the arguments that we are passing through, which is the name of the file. So now if we go to our files, just based on the SDK, Python SDK that is provided here, we are following pretty much what they're showing us. So first, we are installing, of course, we build a Conda environment called MCP server. We do pip install MCP. And after running that, you should be able to come here, import it. Here, you can just put a name to it. And if you want to get log data on it, this is how you can do it. But the important part is here. So if you're building multiple tools, you can just pretty much add a new one and just modify your functions here. So going through this function, we are just defining the function name, what kind of data we are taking, and we are explaining to the AI model what we are doing. Now we are setting our variable, and then we are doing our multiplication, and that's pretty much it. Now, if we come here, we can ask it, can you convert 20 USD to GBP? So here it will ask you, continue wants to use USD to GBP tool. Do we accept that? We say continue. And then it shows the response by the tool, the response that this file has provided, and it gives us our answer. Now, the other thing that I've done is, and this is very simple, I didn't even code it myself, is here we have a crawler AI code that I've written, which you can just pretty much, you're using a crawler for AI, and you're importing a URL and you're getting the answer in Markdown. So I pretty much passed this into my Qwen 2.5 and I asked it to build me an MCP model. So here, what do we get? So here we're setting the encoding to UTF-8 because some websites might have different characters that are not recognized, but here the same thing, we are setting up our MCP server. We are defining our tool, what it does, crawl a web page and return the data, or if an error message, return with error message. And through the async, we are just passing the URL as a string. So now let's say if you want to get some article data, we can come here, tell me about the latest articles on the NVIDIA blog. And we run this. Okay. It says that it wants to use the crawl web tool. We say continue. Here we see the URL that is passed through the tool. But here we can see all of the data that we have gotten in return, which is pretty big. And here I'm going to stop this right here. But as you can see, it gives us the different articles that are in the blog. So now you can pretty much use this not only to pass any kind of data, but you can connect it to applications like email, SMS, weather data, and be able to just have a chatbot that can build all of these tools. And one of the areas that I see that people could make a lot of money with, if done right, is go to law firms, get their clients' data, pass all of their data and contacts through a chatbot, and be able to use MCP to be able to communicate to that. It's going to save them a lot of time and energy, and you as a good hire for a software developer.